When I reached at the police station, the same day, I found a lot of Africans there, more than 200 Africans. It was an operation in that area, so that they would find who are fighting. The reason for fighting was which. I worked there selling alcohol every day, which was not easy. Again, you could get some people who needed drugs to be sold for, like marijuana. They will bring it, even cat. Cat is this mirror they will bring for us to sell there.
Dubai, city of gold, dreams, and second chances. But for some, it becomes something else entirely.
Most people will come there, ask for anything. Prostitution was there, because when you sell alcohol, alcohol goes with women, alcohol goes with drugs, alcohol goes with anything that is not good. So most of the people that came there, they'll drink, ask me to call them, to get gas for them, which was in my work there.
He left his home country in search of a better life. What he found was a dark world of quick money, dangerous deals, and betrayal.
The time I was caught in June 5, I was wearing sandals, a short and a t-shirt, because I was sleeping. When I had a bang from the police, they broke into my place where I was sleeping. They caught me, and they took me to the police station. The good thing that there was one policeman, I told him that, can I take my passport? I go with it. He told me, you can.
24 hours, that's all the time he had between freedom and a life sentence in one of the world's harshest prisons.
When I was caught, I was taken down. We were interrogated for some few hours by the CID and asked if we knew those people who fought and which business we were doing. I could never tell them that I was selling alcohol, because back in my mind, I knew selling alcohol in Dubai is death. So I had to tell them that I was looking for a job, until when they looked for my visa and they realized that I had no visa.
I want you to listen carefully to what you're about to hear, because in the next few minutes, a man is going to confess to crimes that could have cost him his life.
Dubai under UAE, it's an Islamic country. When I was back in my country, I knew selling alcohol in Dubai will take you to jail, you'll be even taken to court, and I knew the sentence was death.
This isn't fiction. This isn't Hollywood. This is what happens when desperation meets opportunity in the shadows of one of the world's most surveilled cities. In this exclusive interview, we dive deep into the life of a man who risked everything smuggling drugs in Dubai, how he got involved, how he got caught, and how his world came crashing down. This is not just a story of crime. It's a story of survival, regret, and redemption. Stay with us. What you're about to hear is raw, real, and shocking. This is his confession, his warning, his redemption.
My name's Paul Itonga, born in Nairobi. It was in 2015, April 4th, that I went to Dubai after I did an interview in Mombasa for a security job. We went for the interview at Mombasa with this company called Tusano, and I was selected among those people to go there to work as a security guard with Transguard Security Company. April 4th, I went to Dubai. We reached. The HR came and took us. We went for an interview for 2 months, which I was selected to work for the Emirates company. But it was a subcontract for Transguard Company.
Like many others, he arrived in Dubai with dreams of success, but life had other plans. Let's hear how a series of desperate decisions led him down a path he never imagined.
I worked at the airport. I worked at the cabin crew accommodation in Dubai. And my last job as a security guard, I worked in the warehouse in the Al Maktoum airport. I worked there since 2015, since June to 2018, where my contract was terminated because of some unavoidable issue that happened there, back at our accommodation. It was during that time that I was terminated. I had to look for something else to do. So what I had to do is that I went to a place in Dubai called Dera, where I had to go there, look for a job to sustain me, to sustain my family back in Kenya, because when I was terminated, I had no money to go back to my country. So I went to Dera. I started selling alcohol, where I found some people were selling alcohol, and I was given a job as a bartender, but then in Dubai we call them PMAs. So I worked there selling alcohol every day, and which again was not an easy job because in Dubai selling alcohol is illegal. It's not allowed to sell alcohol. I worked there since 2018 until 2020 June, when I was caught by the police. During my time selling alcohol, I would sell alcohol to my countrymen. Those are Kenyans, Africans, Nepalis, Philippines, Pakistanis, everybody who needed alcohol.
It all started small, whispers in corners, promises of fast cash, and a network that seemed invisible. But what makes someone take that first step into a dangerous trade? Listen closely as he reveals how he was recruited and what pushed him to say yes.
Alcohol was being brought by Ugandans there who are doing delivery from the states of Ajman in UAE, because in UAE you have 7 Emirates. I worked there selling alcohol every day, which was not easy. We were selling 2 people shifts, 24 hours each. So in a week you could work 24 hours. In a week you could work like 72 hours. But the money was not good, the pay was not good. But it was better than coming back to my country, which things are so hard up to now. So when I was there, again, you could get some people who needed drugs to be sold for, like marijuana, which some Africans were getting marijuana. I don't know how they were bringing it to Dubai. They could bring it even cut. Cut is this mirror they will bring for us to sell there. But selling alcohol was not easy, because you could sell to some people who will threaten you because they knew selling alcohol was illegal. Some will drink, not pay you. They pay you, they will call the police to come and catch you, which again you will not even ask them to pay, because if they call police, they'll deport you back home. Most people will come there, ask for anything. Prostitution was there, because when you sell alcohol, alcohol goes with women, alcohol goes with drugs, alcohol goes with anything that is not good. So most of the people that came there, they'll drink, ask me to call them, to get gas for them, which was in my work then, because I had no other job. So I had the network for the ladies who needed men and men who needed ladies, for me to leave, to get that money, so that I could help my people back in my country. Most ladies that I will call, most of them were Ugandans. Most Ugandans, Nigerians, Kenyans, even some are from Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, who are interested in men, and men who are interested in women. I will cover them, get them. Even I had connections for rooms, which again in Dubai, those things were not legal. Because in Dubai, for you to sleep with another woman, you need to be married and have a certificate to prove, marriage certificate to prove that you are husband and wife. But those things were going there until when I was caught. My journey in selling alcohol was not that good. Things were tough. As I told you, being threatened by other people. They will not pay you because they call the police. They will call the CIDs. And in Dubai, CIDs, if anyone calls CIDs for you, they will catch you so fast. The system there in Dubai is so easy to catch anybody. So I sold alcohol until when I was caught in 2020. In 2020, when I was caught, it was during the Corona period. Things were so tough because the area was leaving. It was condoned. No people were coming in, no people were going out, so there were no customers for you to sell alcohol. Things were so tough that the Dubai government were giving people food so that the coronavirus might not spread to other areas. Things were so tough because if you don't sell alcohol, you not eat, you not send money back home. And my people knew that I was working, but not working, doing business, selling alcohol or selling drugs back in Dubai. Things were so hard at that time. So at that time, where I was, we could not pay the room where we are doing the business for alcohol. We could not pay the water bills, we could not pay electricity. Electricity was cut, you could not pay the rent. the agent came and cut the power so that we could not do any other business. We used to sell alcohol. Most people in Dubai, the weather is so hot. You cannot stay in a place where there is no AC. You cannot stay in a place where you are drinking hot alcohol. So people preferred where there was power, electricity for you to continue with your business. At that time, when the agent cut the power, he had to give us some notice, like 2 months, for us to vacate. It was so hard because even if the 2 months will come to an end, there was no money for us to go to another place. There was no money you can go and rent another place, and there was no money for me to go back home because when my contract was terminated in 2018, October, I was supposed to come back home, which I never did because I had no money to come back home to tell my people, tell my family, tell my parents that I was terminated and I had no money. So I had to look for an option B for me to get money to continue helping my people back at home. Because back at home, you're not okay. Things are not fine. In the same year, 2020, when my agent told me that we need to vacate, I had to plead with him, tell him he was a Pakistan, he was a good man. He told me that I should wait. I told him that I'll have to extend the 2 months. I'll have to look for money until the coronavirus. If the coronavirus would go, things will be fine. Things will be fine and business will be back as usual, and I'll pay him and I'll add him some extra amount for the patience he had with me. Until June 5th, 2020, when I was caught. The reason for us to be caught in Dubai in June 5th, during the corona period, what happened is that the place I was living, there was a fight between 2 African countries. These people were fighting who was to rule the area, who was to bring alcohol, who was to manage the area. It was like a cartel, two countries fighting for who will rule that area. So these people fought. Unfortunately, the same day nobody was caught, and the Dubai police never had issues with anybody. They had intelligence, the surveillance there is too high. So what happens is that when people fought, nobody was caught during that week. So I think the police had a plan for that issue to cool down, so that people might think that there was no issue. It was not a big issue for other people. It was during that time. It happened on 5th June. Around 2 a.m. I was sleeping at the place I was selling alcohol. I was there was no alcohol. Just sleeping when I had a bang from the police. They broke into my place where I was sleeping. They caught me and they took me to the police station. The good thing that there was one policeman, I told him that, can I take my passport? I go with it. He told me, you can leave with your passport. Unfortunately, I had a passport but no visa, but because my visa was cancelled in 2018 when I was terminated by the company, I was taken to the police station where we were interrogated who are fighting, because when the police caught us, they told us that what we are doing, we are just investigating. If you are clean, if you are not fighting that day, we are leaving you. When I reached at the police station, the same day, I found a lot of applicants there, more than 200 Africans. It was an operation in that area, so that they will find who are fighting. The reason for fighting was which everybody was investigated.
Jailed in a foreign land, surrounded by strangers, facing charges that could have ended his life. But the story didn't end in prison.
We were promised that we'll be left after the investigations and things will be fine. So it took us 3 hours. We investigated, we gave statements. It went 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, until it was a day, 2 days, 3 days. It's after that I realized that the policemen were building a case against us. Because I was caught with some beers there. So the case was that I was selling beer. And because during that time they were not caught. You are not supposed to get the court physically because of the coronavirus. So the court sessions were online. It was during that time that everybody was being called, each one by one. It was like a Zoom. It was a Zoom court case online, and you are being called. My name, you are Paul. You are caught with alcohol. Do you sell alcohol? If you say yes or no, they'll tell you leave. When I went there, I had to defend myself, and I told them that I don't sell alcohol. The judge told me, "You go." At that time, I stayed in Dubai. At that time it was in the police station. After some few days, you were taken to another jail, which was a juvenile jail for the kids, where you are checked if you had corona. They took tests of us with corona. But that again, I was taken from that jail. I was taken to the Dubai prison. After that, every jail in Dubai, I was taken. It was only the Dubai prison that things were so hard, because at that time you were sleeping on the floor, waiting to be taken to another place. The place was congested. It was during that corona period, so you had to be taken in a place so that you could be given another places. In Dubai prisons, things were so hard because I was the only Kenyan there at that time. Most people who were there were Nigerians, Cameroons, Pakistanis, Philippines. Some were from the Arab countries, Sudan. Some are from Syria. So things were so hard because language there, for you to communicate with another person, is so hard. Their English, so far, I think we as Africans, we speak better English more than the Asians. So things were so hard even to go get someone to help you. At the prison, things were not good. Things were hard for the food. When I was selling alcohol, things were fine because I could buy food. I could buy what I wanted because I was getting some little money. At the prison, there is no money. At the prison, you eat so early. By 3 p.m., you've already taken your supper. So it will take again more than 14 hours, 15 hours for you to get a breakfast, which again was something just to sustain you, something for you to live, something not for you not to die. But we survived during that period. It was again during that period in the prison that it was so hard for you. If you get sick, for you to get treated, you need to book. Again, the corona period, things were hard. Things were not smooth. Things were not fast as you could think. Even if you are sick, it will take you process. Things were not that fine. The reason why I decided to sell alcohol in 2018, even after realizing alcohol was not supposed to be sold there in Dubai. Dubai under UAE, it's an Islamic country. When I was back in my country, I knew selling alcohol in Dubai will take you to jail, you'll be even taken to court, and I knew the sentence was death. I had to take that risk for my family to live, for my family to sustain, for my family to get food, for my family to get clothing. So I decided that I'll take this risk for me to survive and my family to survive. When if I'll be caught, at least I would have said that I did my part for being there for my family. Alcohol in Dubai, it's not easy for everybody. After I was caught, most people, I got them there. I heard they were caught selling alcohol, and selling alcohol in Dubai, the only thing that you can get for selling alcohol in Dubai is deportation. On June 5, 2020, during around 2 a.m., the time I was caught by the police, the Dubai police. And when I was caught, I was taken to the police station, and we were interrogated for some few hours by the CID, the Dubai CID, and asked if we knew those people who fought and which business we were doing. For me, I told them that I was looking for a job, but I had no visa. I could never tell them that I was selling alcohol because back in my mind, I knew selling alcohol in Dubai is death. So I had to tell them that I was looking for a job until when they looked for my visa and they realized that I had no visa. I was just a guy who was working with a security guard, and I was terminated and I never went back home. And my reason for not going back home, as I said earlier, is that I could not go back home because my family had nothing back home up to now as we speaking. So in that time, during that time that I was caught, we were taken to the prison, Dubai prison, and in August 18th, I was deported back home because the time I was caught in June 5, I was only wearing sandals, slippers, And now I was wearing sandals, a short and a t-shirt, because I was sleepy. That's how I was deported back in my home country with nothing else. Only my short slippers and my t-shirt. And nobody knew that I was got back at home because they knew I was working. I could send them small money if I get selling alcohol. Some people give you some tips so that I will help my family back home.
After months behind bars, he was deported back home, broken, ashamed, and afraid to face the people he had left behind. This is how he describes that painful journey back to where it all began.
I was deported on the 18th August 2020 with nothing in my hand, just me and my passport. We took a Kenya Airways flight back home. When I reached back home, I never called anybody to tell them that I was back home because everybody knew that I had money. I was working. Unfortunately, they never knew that I was selling alcohol. I was just trying to help my family, to be there for my family, because that's what even took me there to Dubai, to work, to make my family live a good life. Unfortunately, what happened. And since August 2020, up to now, as I'm speaking, I've tried looking for a job. I've applied for jobs, but there is nothing that I've gotten back. I've just been there, trying to live, trying to get a job, but things have been hard up to now as we're speaking. Things have not been good. I have the qualifications, but there are no jobs. I've tried everything, but there is nothing else that I can do with them.
Today, he's no longer the man he used to be. He carries scars. Some you can see, many you cannot. But he also carries something else, a message, a warning to anyone tempted by fast money and dangerous shortcuts. Because behind every illegal deal, there's a broken life waiting on the other side. He's not asking for pity. He's asking for understanding, for support, because life after all this is not easy.
If anybody who's listening to me can have a job, anybody who can help me with capital, I have something that I can do. I can open a small business to sustain me and my family, to sustain even myself as me first before I help my family. I'll be happy. Any support that I'll be given by anyone who's looking, anyone who's watching, anyone who's listening to me, I'll appreciate so much. To get something that I can do, for me to get alive, to continue living, to have that good life. I'm ready to do anything, any job offer. I'll not be specific with any job. I'll do anything that will give me food, anything that will give me clothes, anything that will give me even rent, for me even to live where I'm living. Because right now as you're speaking, I'm living with friends. And friends will not accommodate you every day. Today you live with friends 2 days, 3 days, you'll just move around to get a place where you can sleep, where you can put your head on, a place you can relax, a place, because life has been hard in my country. Kenya, things are not so good. If I'll get anybody, any sponsor who can help me, I'm ready. Even to relocate, to get a job, I'm ready to do anything.
If his story touched you, share it. Let it be a lesson, a wake-up call. Maybe it will stop someone else from walking the same path. Like the video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel to hear more real stories that need to be told. And if you believe in this mission, help us keep going. Join our YouTube membership to support stories like his and to stand with people who are trying to rebuild. Your support could help someone start again. Thank you for watching.